So, any idea who the barcode is?
Yes, this is Roddy.
Oh, this is your Roddy game.
Yes.
No, it's very nice of you to let him know, and he says he's Terran, and then you leave, and it was cheesy.
Yes. I mean, yeah, just in general. I mean, unless I'm Terran, then I'd be like, you're Terran, okay, bye-bye. It's like, yeah, no, fuck that. But no, he says he's Protoss, so I'm like, so you're telling me there's a chance. So...
Yes, the two off races are competing to see which will be king of the off race.
So, I was hoping that I would actually be able to see him, see his full side of this from his stream, but I definitely did not, because I was obviously playing in it, and I don't think he has a YouTube, so rip. Oh well, I won't get to really see his commentary. However, yeah, what happened before this was, I was watching a stream and he said like, oh, Astinio, what map do you want to play on? But he like typed it to me, and I'm like looking in game and I see him. It says Astinio. It says he types it to Astinio in the message send, but then it wasn't showing up on my game.
Oh, I remember you telling me about that.
What? I'm like, what the fuck? That's not fucking cool. What the fuck? No, but once you open a whisper, then you can, then you can whisper back and forth. That's why it's like you can't whisper someone, and then they can't whisper you back. Once you start whispering someone, even if you don't allow other people to whisper you or whatever the hell, then they can still whisper you if you whisper them first.
Well, it was funny, is if you chat somebody and close the chat, they can still chat you back. Yeah. But if you, whisper, they can't. Is that a real...
That is a real one.
Wow, he is just trolling you then with that zealot.
Yes. He got very close, where I almost got my speedlings through, but then, yes, I did get this run on him, but then I'm like, well, there's an adept now, and the adept wall, so good on him. Wall, fantastic. That's probably the best thing you can do for this kind of early speedling thing. The problem is most people both do not and also don't know how to use it. Obviously this is a much older style, is with this waller. I guess it's been done for a long time, so people like Roddy would know much more about them than other people who are like, I need a wall. Why? Because they told me to. That's why.
Well, because I see everybody else do it, and so
yeah,
I'll put my cyber core up here and I'll wall with my cyber core.
Exactly. And it's like, well, what happens if you lose that cyber core? It's like, I'm not going to lose the cyber core. How would I lose it?
Why would that happen?
Lose it
once you have a wall.
If you attacked with it.
Yeah. So you see him. Oh, wow.
Yeah. What a cheeky butthole.
He is.
And he goes, we'll Stargate. I think he wanted to make sure that he killed it, so that he could tech specifically, and I was not. Yeah. I was not gonna be stream sniping him. I was not doing the hanky-panky, because most people are like, it's a viewer game. All you have to do is just like look at the stream, the view that you're on, the stream you're on. It's like, that's retarded. You could probably play better from just actually playing.
Well, yeah, two things. You will play better if you're already decent. You'll play better just by playing, not by cheating.
Yeah.
The other thing is that knowing what he's building, if you're an inferior player, is just gonna make you overconfident and start bitching and pissing and moaning, whining.
Yes. And yeah, Winter played one time against a confirmed map hacker in a tournament, and he beat him. And he said, and someone's like, "What kind of build do you go for against a map hacker?" He's like, "The most middle of the road build you can possibly do."
Yep.
And just outplay them just in general.
Yeah. Because they'll be so. I mean, it was rampant in Warcraft 3. You just play your best, and they'll be so distracted that it's usually pretty much a guaranteed win. As long as you know that that's what they're doing. That was a great thing. That was a great thing.
He wasn't watching that.
Yeah, he's busy sniping your queen.
Yes.
Queen bee. No, the last Hydra.
So, oh my gosh. I don't know what, like, the specific number from Phoenix to Queens is, but I know you have to be very careful with it, especially when there's Hydras involved.
Well, the other thing you can do, and not that this is the best idea, but stop doing injects.
Yeah,
and
transfuses.
Transfuses
and the creep tumors just help your queens get around.
Yep. And the other thing, and I don't know why you do this, it drives me insane. You just put a spore, and then put your overlords on top of the spore.
Okay.
It drives me crazy that you don't do that.
I put a spore, but I don't like to put my overlords over my freaking hatch because it blocks everything. Well, I can't see any of it.
You don't put the spore in the mineral line.
Oops, holy shit. Hold up. Okay, well, still, I mean, if there's a cluster of overlords, like, right here, I mean, I had, like, 8 of them, right there. If there's a cluster of, like, 8 or 9, that's still... I put tech back here. I have drones that I need to watch over to make sure there's not, like, a freaking nuclear missile landing on them at all times. So, I mean, yes, there are things that I should change about that, including probably not putting them all in the back corner, but I don't know.
That's okay, it's just
a weird situation.
It's just a Zerg coming from a Zerg suggestion, that's all.
Yeah. So they started a 4.
The other thing on this map,
damn,
always creep tumor. At least out to the ramp.
Oh yeah.
Because then the Queen Hydra just annihilates them.
Yes, this map is no longer on the map pool.
Oh crap!
So I won't think about that.
Damn it, that's friggin' bullshit.
Dusk Towers is, and it's the one that looks kind of similar to this.
This was a great map.
Yes, but it was definitely on the older list of the map pool because it was in the beta. So it was in the beta and it was in season 1. So anyway, yeah, basically when he lifted all my Hydras at the same time, this is already GG, but I mean, definitely finished it here. The first time when he lifted all of my Hydras, then I'm like, well, that's GG. But I think we ran out of energy on this Phoenix. It's a bummer, dude. So I said, I'd like to feel like that was, I thought I meant closer, but whatever. But it wasn't. You're 2 MLG Pro, GG. Because he was actually a Warcraft 3 professional. I don't think he ever played StarCraft 1 professionally. Maybe he did. And I definitely don't think he ever played StarCraft 2 professionally. But he does commentate StarCraft 2 professionally. But he was a professional Warcraft 3 player. And, yes, he is an ass kicker. And he's very Phoenix heavy in all of his playstyle. PvP, PvT, PvC. So, he has more experiences with Phoenix than I have with Protoss, just in general. Or StarCraft, just in general. I mean, just his time with Phoenix is more than I have in StarCraft. So it's probably about equal to your time in StarCraft, because ever since they came out, then he uses them every single game.
Yeah.
He plays every day.
Yep. Well, they're just, what, like a tad more expensive than a Hydra, right?
Yeah, they're 150, 100, and a Hydra is
150. Or 150.
or 150. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess that's probably how he was doing his math. He was counting your Hydras, and then counting your Queens, and then getting getting 2 extra, because you need to factor in the lifting ones aren't going to be shooting. So
Yeah.
and that's how he was able to just barely stay above you.
Yeah, and it is very weird math that I am not accustomed to. And unfortunately I cannot show you this game, and I've thought about this, that RIP my games on EU. There are some hilarious games, but, oh well, I'll just tell you about them. There was one where Zerg pushes with, like, a bunch of Roach Hydra, and it was basically, I was doing what Roddy was doing against this guy, except he was being the aggressor instead of me in this game. The guy pushed with, like, a giant Roach Hydra ball, and I had, like, Stalker, Adept, Phoenix, and he definitely had the number scheme over me. And then I lifted, like, half of his army, and almost none of my Phoenix were shooting, but my ground army slaughtered his ground army, and then my Phoenix dropped it, and I slaughtered the rest of his army. It's like, it's like a giant stasis ward, kind of.
Yeah.
So it's very weird math to think about, adding in Phoenix to your, and lifts to your army. So, yes, I've tried to do that as much as possible in PvZ, but I need to do double Stargate, and that is very gas heavy.
Yes. Well, I think they especially pay for themselves, at least to shorten the game. Like, if you're routing, where basically the other team's trying to run away, and then you lift, like, the more expensive of the units.
Like
just
infestors.
like infestors or tanks, or kill the tank of axe and things, so you can. Yeah. So you're that much more ahead. So maybe you don't use them in the fight if it doesn't make sense to, but then you use it for the route, and that's like what I do with my mutas if we're lucky enough to be in that situation.
Yeah, it's always hilarious when they leave, like, a siege tank on the high ground, and I can snipe it with, like, some Phoenix or mutas or something.
Yeah.
It's like, wah, wah, F you in the F you.
Yes.
So, this actually wasn't named, and I am going to name this. I'm going to go back and watch it later, because I want to actually see all his gas timings and mineral timings and I think I saw his second base. I think it was Cybercore second base, but nonetheless, it was So.
Yep, it was
It was and I wanna see what his math on the double Stargate is on the economic math, because I've tried to do that before, but I don't have enough gas, so I'm assuming we just need to earn their gas, but I just want to see what he did, so. I'm not sure if we watch this one, and I mean, I know you said start putting an X, but I will start doing that today, because
so GG on this one?
GG. Oh yeah, GG.